Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video I'm excited to do is going to be a new one in my regret series. I'm going to be talking about makeup products that I regret not trying sooner. So these are products that I was holding out on for whatever reason, and now that I finally tried them, I'm like, girl, you should have got on that sooner. So let's go ahead and get started. So I did want to say I did some filming on this look right here. It'll be up on my Instagram, which is March Beauty Word, or it is also, I just recreated a look that I did myself on YouTube recently from the e.l.f. Cosmetics Mint collection. I just wanted to recreate that eye look because the night that I filmed that video, I just took my makeup off afterwards and went to bed. And I wanted to put it in more videos. I will also link my regret playlist down below. I try to do some of these videos every other month, or not every other month, every few months. Talk about products that I regret buying, don't regret buying, regret not buying, don't regret not buying, and regret not trying sooner. So speaking of e.l.f., I was actually going to mention their palettes because their bite-sized palettes, when they first launched these, I was like, no, not interested. Like, did I find them intriguing? Yes. I mean, they're these little palettes. I like smaller palettes. You know, kind of gave some Tatcha vibes a little bit. We got 4 shades in these instead of the 5, but these were only $3. But I also think a part of the whole $3 was what kind of turned me off a little bit because, and I don't mean to say this in like in the wrong way by any means, but I just felt like for $3, I was like, what am I getting? Right? Like, what am I actually getting in these? And then everyone started raving about them. I was like, oh no, what have I done? What have I missed out on? I felt like I was so, like I had FOMO. I like ran to Target. I was like, I need to find these bite-sized palettes. So these are the new ones. These are what I have on my eyes today, a part of the Mint collection. But I bought Cream and Sugar, I think was just the first one that I initially bought. And I remember trying it and being like, dang, Samantha, you really did miss out on those. And I've gone on to really enjoy the bite-sized palettes. I would also like to say that somehow part of a false lash has made it into this palette. So I'm gonna have to rescue that. Eyeshadow palette that I wish, or an eyeshadow formula, I guess, that I wish that I would have tried it sooner is Kaleidos. So I just recently tried Kaleidos. I think it was back in December. I did a video using some of their palettes and also their highlighters. This one that I'm holding right here is the Futurism Astro Pink palette, but I used a few different palettes in there, and I was so impressed with the quality. The mattes are so easy to use. The shimmers are like on another level. The look that I did with the green palette I thought was so beautiful, but I was so impressed by this formula. And I've heard people talk about Kaleidos and their eyeshadow formula for a while. I just didn't try them and then I finally did, and I was like, yeah, I should have got on that sooner. My friend Angelica Nyqvist just recently did a collaboration with Kaleidos with the Club Nebula palette, and I've been so impressed with it. That palette is such a good one also. So definitely Kaleidos. Wish I would have tried their eyeshadow formula sooner. My hair is on a, we all understand, right? I don't have to keep making hair comments, right? Okay, so this next one, I've actually had this video to do on my list for a while because I want to be better. I said this earlier in the year, but I wanted to be more consistent with my regret series. It's one of my favorites to film. So I had this one on my list. I was like, you really need to do another one, and I haven't done regret not trying sooner in like a year, if not more than a year. I was like, I really want to bring that one back. I feel like I have a lot of products that I could mention, but there was one product that I knew I was going to be ordering. Do we already know? And I was like, I need to wait for this because if I end up loving it, like I think I am, it absolutely has to go in this video. It's the Nikkia Joy Cosmetic Setting Powder. We knew this one, like when you saw the title, you knew this one was going to be in here, right? So many people have spoken so highly about the Velvet Blurring Powder from Nikkia Joy Cosmetics. I was like, I absolutely have to buy this. So I ordered a few things off of the website, and I just reviewed this powder recently in a video where I was ranking my recent makeup hauls. So that's a video that I'm trying to do every month or whenever I have enough hauls that I need to review everything. And I do it in a ranking style now. This ranked very high. I won't give away any spoilers. If you haven't seen the video yet, I will link it, but this ranked very high. It's a beautiful powder. I have it on today. I use it for my under eyes. I use it all over my face. I think that it's absolutely gorgeous. Definitely wish I would have tried this one sooner because it is worth the hype. Another powder that I have in here, also probably not a surprise that it's in here. This is from No7, their Lift and Luminate Triple Action Finishing Powder. People have been talking about this No7 powder for legit years. And I was like, I don't think that I need it. And then I finally bought it. And I'm like, why, Samantha? Like, why did you not want to give in? Now, in my defense, when it comes to powders, I say this in a lot of my videos, but in case you're new, hello. Hi, hope you will subscribe and stay a while. Really, really dry skin, and I used to not powder my skin. I had like 2 powders in my collection at one time, and I was like, that's kind of a lot. Don't really need that many powders. I used to be extremely dry, and now I'm more combo oily, and I do powder my skin every single time that I do my makeup. So definitely my powder collection has grown, and trying to find powders that work best for me, that's definitely a thing now. Also a big fan of the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Airbrush powder. A lot of people say that they're dupes, and I'm now one of those people. So I finally bought the No7, and I would highly recommend. Of course, I had to include just one of my all-time favorite makeup items since I got this one, and I'm so mad that I didn't get it sooner. And even when I heard people starting to rave about this concealer, I was like, I don't know, maybe I don't need it. And now I pretty much don't do my makeup without this product. It's the Nars Soft Matte Concealer. Obviously, I use this all the time. I talk about this all the time. This is my favorite, hands down favorite concealer for spot concealing. And I do have hormonal acne. A lot of times I have redness, acne, pigmentation, scarring, whatever it may be, and I'm trying to cover that up. This is the best. And it's funny because I don't really love pot concealers. I've tried some in the past. I don't know. I just prefer the regular doe foot on the concealer is my preference. But something about a pot concealer, and then this one in particular, it just does such a good job covering. It's more full coverage. Like I said, I just don't do my makeup without this concealer. I talk about lip liners a lot. Lip liners is a step in my makeup routine that I never used to do, and now I pretty much always do it. And these KKW Beauty Lipliners are actually really bomb. I actually have this one on today. This one is in 90s style, which is is probably my most reach for. I'm gonna say maybe this one is my most reach for. I actually have 5 lip liners from KKW Beauty because I bought them in a set. It was around holiday time, so I'm not sure if it's still available, but there was these 5 mini lip liners all in nude shades, and I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. And I wear these so frequently. I'm a big fan of lip liners. They remind me a lot of the ColourPop ones. No one's shocked there, right? So if you like the ColourPops, I bet that you will like KKW Beauty or vice versa. But I think these are great. I reach for them all the time, and I had a lot of people recommending them to me, and I was like, I don't know. I don't really, like, I'm not like obsessed with the brand by any means, but now I reach for them a lot, and I kind of like that I have minis of all of them. Right, to finish us off, I have 2 skincare brands that I wanted to mention also. The first one being Tatcha. I didn't really see my love for Tatcha coming. I was not really a believer, not going to lie, because I have tried some Tatcha products in the past, but I also, looking back, I think the products that I was trying from Tatcha then did not suit my skin type at the time. Now I'm a little bit more savvy. I won a little award for skincare. I feel like it made me take things a little bit more seriously with skincare. My skin started to change a lot. That made me take skincare more seriously. And when you have very normal skin and non-acne prone skin, a lot of times, a lot of people can do whatever you want. I could put anything on my skin. Sometimes I had, like, you know, I could tell that I didn't love something, but for the most part, my skin was pretty unaffected. So I was just like, oh, you know, whatever. So I think I didn't fall in love with them because of, I was just using the wrong ones for my skin type. But now, especially this rice polish in Deep, so they have a few different rice polishes. This one I believe is for like oily and acne prone skin. I put this into my skincare routine typically at least twice a week. So it's a powder, and then you mix it in with water and you make kind of like this paste and apply it to your face. I'm such a fan of this. Also, recently they came out with the rice wash. Very impressed with this also. I don't use it on the daily because it does have a little bit of exfoliation to it, so I don't want to use it too much, but the rice, Tatcha's surprised me. That one snuck up on me. I mean, even some of their makeup products, their liquid silk primer, I really like a lot. I actually just finished filming a Will I Buy It, and I talked about their new setting powder, and I kind of want to buy the powder. I don't know what's happened. Last lastly, if you're familiar with my channel or hear me talk about skincare or watch some of my videos, this probably won't surprise you either, but Farmacy? What? Farmacy? This is a brand that completely came out of nowhere for me. Like, I had heard of them and I'd seen people talk about their products, especially their cleansing balm. And I think, like, I'd had a mini of it. I think I've gone through a few different minis and I was like, yeah, it's good. But then I started trying more of their products and then I bought so much from the line. They actually sent me this whipped greens cleanser, which I was very excited about. But I've bought a lot of their skincare products and I'm like, I'm just so impressed. And the products that I don't like as much are simply because it's either not towards my skin type or like they have an oil that they have, but it's just like an hydrating oil. And for my oils, I tend to lean for something like a squalane oil or something like that. So like those are the products that I don't really gravitate towards, but they're still nice products. Like I really haven't tried anything from Farmacy that I'm like, oh no, I would not recommend that. I love the Honey Potion Mask. This is a warming mask, so if you do have a lot of skin sensitivity, which I do have pretty sensitive skin, I still don't have a reaction to this, but obviously I recommend patch testing. But I mean, you can see the bottom. I use it weekly, at least weekly, especially a day if I'm like running errands or something and I've been wearing my mask all day. It's really nice to bring hydration back. But their new whipped greens cleanser, I've been hearing a lot of other people say really good things about this too, and I have to say I'm loving it. It's a thicker cleanser. It's this one is geared towards oily skin, so they do also have cleansers geared towards dry skin. So again, when people are reviewing products, it is, as reviewers, I think it's important to say what our, especially something like skin type when we're talking about skincare or our skin needs, that's important. But as viewers and listeners, you have to make sure that you're actually listening to that too, because I've had plenty of times where people, you know, when I had dry skin, they would buy my recommendations and say they didn't work and then say they had oily skin. It's like, whoop, whoop, whoop. You know, we both gotta do our part. We both gotta do our part. It's a two-way street. But yeah, I definitely regret not trying Farmacy sooner because now I love them. So after that, that is it. Those are the products that I regret not trying sooner. I wish I would have had these products a little bit quicker into my collection and into my routines. Let me know if there's any products that you have tried recently that you're like, dang, I knew I should have tried that one sooner. I would love to know. Other than that though, that is it. If you enjoyed this one, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. I hope you also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll see you in my next video.